Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaos Terminal. My name is Chaos, and today on the channel I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the state of LEGO Fortnite and a new game that I started playing. So as we can see, LEGO Fortnite's kind of a dumpster fire right now. Not very many people playing, just a ton of stuff to pay for in the shop, leaving what's left behind feeling pretty hollow and empty. So I've been trying some new building games, and we're going to call this video 15 things that LEGO Fortnite can learn from ARK Survival Ascended. If you're a fan of LEGO Fortnite and you want the game to be better, be sure you subscribe down below and leave us some comments because we are trying to fix LEGO Fortnite. Maybe with some boom barrels. But for now, let me show you ARK Survival Ascended, my first hour of gameplay, and 15 things that LEGO Fortnite can learn. So first off, ARK is famous for offering PvP and PvP servers with official and unofficial stats, settings, meaning that basically you can play this game however you want with whoever you want. We tried to emulate ARK's PvP style last summer. It worked pretty good, right? This game does it better. So right off the bat, you start with your character customization. That looks kind of like me. We'll roll with it. And then you're going to choose a spawn area. So unlike in LEGO Fortnite, you actually get to choose from a handful of predetermined spawn locations. And they're all really neat. So we're going to start here in the Highlands Northeast. Oh, look at that. Isn't that stunning? The lightning bolt. You can immediately see a Giganotosaurus. The famous ARK reach and scratch at your wrist like you don't know that implant's there. Alright, well, we'll get started. So right off the bat, you can see visually, I feel like there's more going on. You can see since we're in a PvP world, the people have already been on here. I spawned in right next to this guy's body. Debating on a second if I should kill him. I think I'm going to. It's an easy way to access their inventory. So that's going to be our first thing that LEGO Fortnite can learn, is obviously offering PvP and PvE servers for people to meet up with others and play in a community area instead of just offering one world that you can invite your friends to, right? That would be a huge change that would make LEGO Fortnite pretty relevant. Now, I do wish I would have gotten a little bit better footage when I was recording this, because our second point highlights how this game, ARK Survival Ascended, really benefits content creators. It has a whole taking screenshots and getting different camera angles. You can go first person or third, depending on if you're building or not, or if that's just how you prefer to play. And that would be something that LEGO Fortnite really needs to update on, is allowing content creators to make better videos without having to, like, have a second account and have that second account holding an animal treat just so you can get your reticule off the screen. So here in this next clip, I got a little bit too close to that Giganotosaurus. You can see I tried to hide under here, and that's my next point on things LEGO Fortnite can learn from ARK, is simply the different types of creatures requiring different methods to escape, to defeat, to tame. So here you can see I just stayed out of its line of sight until it walked away, but I was too close to its feet so that I got stomp damage and died anyway. Now, of course, I have the option to respawn at any of those choices that were there earlier. One thing you can do in ARK Survival Ascended that you absolutely cannot do in LEGO Fortnite is taming enemy creatures. That Giganotosaurus that killed me just a second ago, that guy's fully tameable in this game. That would be like if you could get a brute to join your village in LEGO Fortnite. It's a crazy idea, but I feel like it would definitely boost player interest in LEGO Fortnite if you could tame and ride brutes in the way that you can tame and ride giant dinosaurs in this game. Also understand that LEGO Fortnite might not want to make a bunch of different map styles and designs in order to increase player interest. Having the randomization maps is fine, but there is something about seeing the beauty of these different greens and purples and rock colors that I do think LEGO Fortnite could take a page out of ARK's book. A little increase to the textures, increase to the number of plants, their renders. I know all of it cuts into build, but I think it's worth it just to make the game a little bit more visually interesting. Now, I already mentioned more variety in the plants, landscaping, and potentially creatures to tame, but one thing I would definitely like to see in LEGO Fortnite is a variability difficulty. I know they've offered a little bit of like, change some of the mechanics, or make it so that you can't ever access your world again, but I mean like genuinely, I want some of the enemies to be harder, I want some of the caves to be more difficult to access, right? Go back to the system where hot and cold would actually mess you up. Also, it's absolutely crazy, but this sheep, the Ovis here, is my favorite creature in ARK, and I freaking found a golden Midas one on my very first hour of playing, and I do not have the required taming food in order to keep it, so I just gotta leave it here. Isn't he a beauty, though? So while I'm trying to decide what to do about this sheep, let's talk about how ARK allows you to lock your doors, and most of their build pieces are not breakable by players. Meaning, let's say LEGO Fortnite implemented this, where if you built, say, a metal wall, other players could not break it down with a pickaxe. They would need to use a tamed brute or thermal detonators to get in and access your loot, right? It would increase PvP potential, but I also feel like it increases PvE potential, because you can imagine, like, say you've got your village and it's all defensed up against enemies. There could be raids. Why can't LEGO Fortnite even implement a simple raid mechanic? I know a lot of people don't want that at their villages, but have it just be an adjustable setting. Have your village be able to be defensible either from other players or from the environment, and then have random quests unlock where a raid will happen on your village and you have to defeat the enemies. You have to keep your village safe from the enemies, right? Like what the Spires should have been. Now, everyone has been asking for swimming or a water biome update. This is the standard, LEGO Fortnite. This is what you need to implement in order for us to want to play your game again. This is flawless. This is stunning. He said as he can't get up out of the water because of the beach. First try. Where I get confused on LEGO's build limits, I've never hit complexity in this game, except if I'm doing like creative with admin spawns on and whatnot. And regularly, this game renders in tons of dinosaurs that are all doing different things, hundreds of plants, right? All the different textures. People will make crazy builds. This build that I found is just a small one, but if you've seen this game, you know what kind of crazy builds people can make. I just don't understand why LEGO Fortnite hits build complexity so easy, why it lags so fast, and frankly, the one we're all expecting, why the vehicles have that rubber banding effect. There isn't a single creature in this game that rubber bands you when you ride it, but every single time, every vehicle, your guy flies out of the driver's seat like he's freaking drunk. It's just not acceptable anymore. And for a game that I hopped into because of Mechanical Madness, Mechanical Mayhem, whatever the hell it's called, it just is not a standard I'm willing to work with anymore. LEGO Fortnite, you need to fix rubber banding, the vehicle driving, and the build complexity. If ARK Survival Ascended can offer all of those things without crashing, that's crazy that you can't. Now, don't get me wrong, I have crashed ARK before, but it was entirely in creative mode with admin cheats turned on, meaning I was spawning in vast amounts of dinosaurs that weren't supposed to spawn in, on top of having massive builds, on top of it being a really well-detailed map. Right? There is not a single point in anywhere in LEGO Fortnite that's half as detailed as this map is. Believe that I'm saying this, but let's talk monetization. I have never been happy with how ARK Survival Ascended has done their monetization. This game promised us a second game with Vin Diesel that we have never seen. A Survival Ascended is essentially just an overhaul of the first game, but you have to pay for everything all over again. And I still prefer this monetization method over goddamn LEGO Fortnite's monetization. Right now, of all the possible things that you can do in LEGO Fortnite, it feels like over half of it is paid content. I get so many people commenting, hey, where did that build come from? Hey, how can I get that build? How many builds and decor kits do you have? I'll tell you, I have like $350 worth. That's how much I've spent on LEGO Fortnite versus this game I've spent like 60 bucks. Right? I spent like 60 bucks. I haven't bought everything, but even if I did, it wouldn't be more than 150. $350 spent on LEGO Fortnite. Like, this is a game that's supposed to be marketed to 10-year-olds. Where do they think that they're going to get that money from? I suppose my point here is not that they need to not do the paid kits anymore. I still like those paid kits. I'm still probably going to buy every freaking single one of them. But where my issue is that there is not enough free content in the game right now. You can play ARK for the cost of the game, 60 bucks, right? All the dinosaurs, all the different free maps, you get access to mods. There are also some paid stuff that you can do if you want to boost your game, and that's what LEGO Fortnite needs to do. They need to bring all of the free stuff from Expeditions and Brick Life into Odyssey, and add some new free stuff so that people aren't feeling left out. The paid kits should feel like a bonus. They should feel like, ooh, cool, an extra thing that I paid for because I wanted it, not because you need it in order to have a game. Like, I could not imagine playing LEGO Fortnite without all of those paid kits that I've paid for, because it would feel so empty. It would feel so hollow. It's already weird that you can't really share your Lego. Like, I've never once bought a Lego set that I couldn't play with it with somebody else. And at best, I can place build kits and let other people build them. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just know that I do not like the current monetization method that LEGO Fortnite's offering. I think that's enough ranting for now. I really do like LEGO Fortnite, and I also really like ARK Survival Ascended. They are very different games, but I really believe that if Epic listens to this and implements even a couple of these things into LEGO Fortnite, it'll only improve the game. Again, we're asking for something like hosting PvP or PvE servers, so that people can meet new players, join a community, instead of just inviting their already existing friends to one of their own worlds. I would love it if LEGO Fortnite had better camera options for content creators. Allows you to turn off your HUD, get screenshots of the builds you've made versus having to build up a freaking scaffolding and hold an animal treat each time. I really like the respawn mechanics in LEGO Fortnite. In fact, I think having that blue pillar to mark your backpack is a little bit better than having a last death symbol, just because you can incorporate that blue pillar into your builds if you wanted. So that's one that maybe LEGO Fortnite's done better. However, it does need a graphical update. ARK Survival Ascended has proven that you can have this level of detail in a map like LEGO Fortnite, so I'm not asking for all of this, just a little bit better. Creatures. We have some creatures like chickens and sheep that you can give a generic animal treat to and have them live in your village. But why aren't wolves tameable? Why can't I ride the wolves and the brutes? Right? How cool would that be? Swimming. Swimming is necessary. Right now, there's one charm related to swimming, and it increases your speed. That's it. There needs to be diving. There needs to be resources underwater. There needs to be sharks in the water. There needs to be something that makes going out to sea worth it. Because right now, it's not even worth it to be on land. Like, build yourself an airship, and fly just over to the Storm King, and then you're done. That's the game. We need more plant variety. Raspberry bushes are cute, trees are fine. But that's not indicative of what a real world looks like, right? There needs to be ferns and tall grasses that are hiding things inside of them. The game just feels too hollow, too simple without, right? Again, just time for a little bit of an overhaul. LEGO Fortnite's been around for a few years now. With the Ninjago update, I think it would be the perfect time to do a texture overhaul. Add in some more options, some more biome variants even. We don't need to change up the entire map, but we can improve them a little bit. We also need lockable doors. We've got lots of people who all play together, and there is no reason that you cannot lock a door on your own build. People will know to stay out, have the builds be not breakable with a pickaxe unless you're the one who made them. Just an idea. One thing I'm not sure if I mentioned or not, but I want to make sure I got it because it's here in my notes. I'm a big fan of clipping. I know a lot of people don't like clipping in builds, and what that basically means is whatever piece you're placing can intersect with another piece, giving you a new unique shape at the expense of making a believable Lego piece click together. So I can see having just normal build, but I can also see, hey, I want my floor pieces to clip into each other so that I can make a proper round building. Right, just an idea. The most important thing that LEGO Fortnite needs to take away from ARK Survival Ascended, and I cannot believe that I have to say this, monetization. There is too much to pay for in LEGO Fortnite right now. Not that they're hardly giving us any options in the shop, but there is too much to pay for relative to how much free stuff is available. It's a free game. People need to be able to play it for free. And right now, there just is not that much of an option for people. If you've made it this far into the video, consider leaving a like and a comment down below telling us what you think LEGO Fortnite should take from ARK Survival Ascended in order to make it a better game. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to the Chaos Terminal. Enjoy the rest of our first hour or so of ARK Survival Ascended gameplay footage, and we will catch up with you next time for hopefully more LEGO Fortnite, if Epic will listen. Bye.
Is this game popular with autistic people? Why would you say something like that? Because I'm starting to love it.